Welcome back, everybody. We are here with another episode of NOIZ.I Talks with Friends, episode 35. I really appreciate everyone being so patient with me just because, again, I have a life. There's not a lot I can do with being a truck driver. I'm out Monday through Friday, and then when I come home, I'm always having to do a lot of stuff. So first of all, I just want to say I'm very thankful for you guys being patient. Like, you guys been asking me, where's the next episode? Where's the next episode? Boy, do we have a treat. This guy here, bruh. History to say the least. What do you want to be? What do you want to go by? Because like
Rockstar Tony.
Not your name?
Nah, Tony.
Okay. Can I just call you Tony? Is that okay?
Yeah, Tony.
Okay.
Rockstar
Tony here. Rockstar Tony here. Like I said, history to say the least. There's a lot that we're probably going to cover today. This might break up into two episodes, so we shall see. But a person that I have admired over time, just with a lot of stuff that he's doing, boxing, dancing, music, day trader.
Yeah.
So like, seeing him grow as a person, and then something we were just talking off of camera is like, him growing into his element. So I'm going to let you do the rest. Who are you? What do you do? How do you do it? How are you doing today? All the good stuff.
I'm doing good today.
Yep.
I'm a little nervous, I ain't gonna lie.
What you nervous for?
Just because I'm on screen.
Okay.
And people are listening to me.
So remember that this is the camera. That's just the screen.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the lens.
I'm on screen. People are listening to me.
Yep.
I got a spatula with a microphone.
Yep.
And it's a first for me.
Yeah.
It's a first for everything, though. Yeah. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good.
No, that's good.
Every day's a good day.
For sure. How we know each other. I transferred to Springfield High my sophomore year, so like 2014, 15. Transferred there, and we ran track together. There's a lot of stuff that he said that he had questions about and all that stuff, so I probably will save our history for later.
Well, I wanted to hop straight into it.
You want to hop straight into history?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Ask what you want to do.
Because I was going to ask you, why did you dislike me back then?
Okay, let's back up. Okay, we're not about to just go straight into why you dislike me. What happened was, again, off camera, because I always talk to people like before we start. Okay. He asked. He was like no, he didn't ask. He said he was like I don't know if he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like I don't think we ever had any beef with each other. I was like, no, we definitely did, bro. Like, I actually hated you, like growing up. And then he was like, why? So to talk about it, like Tony. And when I first met him going into junior year, he was a real bully, bro. Like, it's bully, bro. Like not in the sense of like you were being like, I'm about to beat you up, but type stuff. But like you were very degrading, in a sense. Yeah. But like I think I took it to heart at that time because me transferring to Springfield was like my being around my people, my black people. But then like when I went there, everybody, not just you, everybody was making fun of me just for being different. Yeah. Because like something that, I'm not going to say something that they didn't appreciate, but something that I am is I'm never going to change who I am. So if I like the music, the things I say, the stuff I do, like when I went to a public black school, people like, what do you mean you doing this stuff? Yeah. I'm just like, bro, wait a second. It's just who I am. But I think, and this is no disrespect to him or anyone else, but I feel like I had a much more mature mindset at that age, even going into now. And like a lot of people will say, not will say, but a lot of people have said, Zion, like I didn't get it at first because you were so different. Me being around my element at the time, which was, what I see, what I do. When a person is not doing the same thing that you do, it not even becomes uncomfortable, but you're not used to it. So it's like, okay, who is this dude? Why is he doing this? X, Y, and Z. So yeah, I'm not gonna say I hated you because that would be wrong. I do really appreciate you challenging me as far as like just receiving tough love, even though that's probably not what you were doing, but that's just how you engage with people.
I got so much to say on that topic.
Go ahead.
First, bro, I just want to say, am I talking to you? Am I talking to the camera?
You're talking to me.
But like, should I look here?
No, it doesn't matter. You can look at the lens or you can look at me.
Okay,
it really doesn't matter.
But bro, you're not the only person who said that to me. Like, it's a couple people who came back and said that to me, and that just be having me like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I genuinely feel like Rockstar Tony, because I was also extremely, like, when it comes to high school, like, extremely popular.
You were? Yeah.
To where I feel like, you know when you watch movies and shit on, like, Netflix and shit, and there's, like, the high school jock, and he's, like, a fucking asshole, but everybody fucking loves him with the hot chicks and all that shit. That was literally me. I had to add that, because it was literally me. Real shit, right?
Gosh. Go ahead, yeah.
And there's multiple things in this that I want to touch on. One, I do think you were very mature for your age, because over time I understood a lot of shit on why back then I used to fuck with you.
Okay.
I came over time. This was maybe when I was around like 21 years old, and I started to like learn about financial literacy, and I just started to mature and just see what the fuck was outside in the world. I came to a realization like the younger me had like a hatred for black people who wasn't like hood. I just would feel like, bro, like you on some lame shit, like, like, nigga, because you came to Springfield High just as like a normal, like chill guy, like that was just you. You were coming from KR, and I'm thinking like, who is this black dreadhead on the team? Like we would argue and shit, and I'm like, yeah, I should. Man, we may be on the bus. I'm like, man, smack the fuck out that nigga.
Bruh, everyone, bro.
And then Zion would be like, Zion would say something like, yeah, I just don't feel like that's so mature though. Something that I would say now, I don't feel like that is called for. Like, everybody should just relax. But my mind at the time, like, I was so like, hood mind. I'm just like, nigga, you on some soft ass shit. Right. To where it makes sense.
Yeah.
Why you disliked me?
So can I add something that it's kind of it's off topic about you, but it's on topic about like the hood mentality versus me being me. So kind of maybe TMI, but I lost my virginity in sophomore year, right? I planned on losing it when I got married, but one of the main reasons was, and I don't,
me laughing,
bro, because like it's crazy because like, bro, like I don't know if you remember this. I'm not gonna say who the person was or who the group was, but you were in the group, and like we were they were talking about showing videos of like them having sex with girls. I'm like in my mind I'm like, that's so weird. Like why are y'all doing that? And then this person was like, wait a second, Zion, when's the last time you got some? I was like, bruh, never. Oh, he's gay. And bro, the whole bus is going crazy. I'm just like, wow. So like in my mind, like me being like, man, I gotta be accepted by these people. In my mind, I'm like,
took that to heart.
I took that to heart because I'm like, man, like I had to lose my virginity for them to like me, type stuff. Wow. So like stuff like that actually affected me in a negative way because I'm like, because I see black people as this, I'm like, man, if y'all not accepting me as me, then I have to go dumb myself down in my mind to not attract, but to be cordial with you guys. So I just wanted to say that.
No, that's actually such a deep topic, and I like that you said dumb yourself down. Yeah. Because, bro, that's such a deep topic that I battle with a lot. Because now what I like to go by, I like to say that I'm a Springfield nigga with a shit ton of self-development. Yeah. And it's because, like, you seen the person I was. And I'm not a different person, but just I've evolved in a lot of ways. And with that being said, there's also a side of me, like, bro, my whole, like, I feel like people don't really know, like, nigga, like, I grew up on some hood shit for real. Like, I wasn't the most gutter baby, but at the same time, when I went out and seen the world and how people were brought up and da-da-da-da-da, it's like, my mindset was so different, which is to say a lot of people that I have genuine love for, like these is my peoples, are on a certain type of mentality.
They're never going to change.
To where I battle now, like, how do I be here, but also connect to my people? Because when I connect to my people, sometimes, like you just said, I do have to somewhat dumb down a little bit. But at the same time, it's like, being how I was brought up, it's like I understand you, bruh, to where I'm not just gonna be the person to turn my back, and I have though. And that's the crazy thing. And this is where a lot of the campaign and shit that I'm on now, and the energy that I'm on now, is just I'm at a state of really, really comfortableness in myself, because I would say around when 21 COVID, I went through like a big quantum leap. That's when I got really heavy back into boxing. I started working out again. I went sober, just spent a lot of time alone, all this shit. And with doing that, I got to a different level of mind frame. And please like construct me off camera shit if I'm going off topic.
Bruh, do you?
Okay. Cool.
I like if you feel like you're about to run out of stuff, I promise I'm gonna pick up right after.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead.
But with doing that, I started to feel a sense of like, okay,
so self-aware, like you see where you're at, so it's like you kind of, am I on the right track or no?
No.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got to a point where I felt like I was. This even feels weird coming out of my mouth. Like I'm better than the hood. Like I'm past that. Yada yada yada. And although that may be true, I came to just recently. I always say I lived in Columbus for 3 years now, and my third year in life, my first 2 years in life was just seeing these different parts of the world, like different cultures, how different people raised, networking, and yada yada, connecting with people. What I felt like man, these people get it where I'm at mentally, which is true. But then I've also I also find myself in situations where I'm like, okay, but I'm also still just a Springfield nigga, bro. And that's why I say I'm a Springfield nigga with a shit ton of self-development, because there'll be certain situations where certain sides of me come out, and I'm like, okay, you can't outrun who you are. Although you've learned these things and you can control yourself and have different perspectives on this, and this, I'm still the person who was fucking going to Davie Moore every single day. I'm still the person who was fucking ripping and running around Westside Springfield. Like, fucking, nigga, I got jumped in GD in 3rd grade. A lot of people don't know that. Like, real shit. Nigga, ripping and running around the Westside. Fucking Hayward, Southside parties on, like, young as shit, watching rest in peace. But, nigga, I remember seeing, like, 7th grade. It was me, Lando, T-Roy. We going to this party. I don't know if you probably don't know how the hood parties used to be, but, like, nigga, this is in the crib. In the crib, it's smacking. Hella gas, all that, yada, yada, yada. I'm young as shit, though. I didn't realize I was young as shit, though, until now. Man, I remember, boom, niggas start fighting, and I watched, now I don't want to drop names, but I watched somebody who recently passed away in Springfield get to shooting. We all taking off running, but, like, that shit was normal to me, bro.
I'm so glad
since
you
a
brought
young
that up.
ass age, so much shit was normal to me, bro. Like, I even be thinking now, like, nigga, I was fucking 3rd grade getting jumped in GD. Like, nigga, my kid is probably gonna be on the fucking tennis team. Like, so much shit that I thought was normal wasn't normal. To where, you go ahead.
No, yeah. So I want to say 2 things. One thing, you don't have to always put that, not even status, put that label on yourself of like you being a Springfield person, but you just grew up. Basically, you don't have to be that person to not even always say that. I mean, yes, you know it, it's a thing, whatever, but you have a choice to get outside of what you're doing, and you are. For you to be like, okay, but I'm still here, you're not. You're literally living a different life. I think what attracts or what keeps that mindset of you is like, okay, but if I do this, it might, feel different for the person who's still there. You're living a different life, bro. Just live. And I feel like a lot of people who are getting out of like, I don't have to be attracted to Springfield. They're like, well, if I do this, Springfield will be proud of me. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But like, what have they actually done just besides give you memories? You know, they probably gave you tough skin. They probably gave you tough love. They probably gave you support. But like, what are they doing for you currently besides just being there? You know what I mean? And like, like when you say I'm better than Springfield, I understand what you're saying, because like in some ways I feel the same way. But how I grew out of me saying, I'm better than Springfield is that they're just those people who are attached to that from our childhood. They're just okay with where they're at. Our expectations on people isn't their reality. And that's something that I had to really live with, because I'm like, man, Springfield, you could do this, you could blah, 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 blah. If you put this on, then all this stuff will attract. But that's an expectation. Having not even false expectations, but having an expectation for someone else's reality, it's not real. It's made up. It gives people hope, it gives people faith, but that's not what it is. And then the second thing was, you said that you living through those memories, through those lifestyles was something normal. Something that really changed me leaving Springfield, it was in 2020, which was a year of just death for a lot of things that are happening. A lot of people died that year, but one thing specifically, I never go to parties, never go to kickbacks, but I was at a kickback on John Street. I think this was at someone else's house. I'm not gonna say who, but you know the block was hot, as they say. The block was hot,
yeah.
And I'm like, bro, like I just feel like something's bad about to happen. A person was about to go shoot somebody, and I try to like grab him. I'm like, bruh, like I'm trying to like grab him.
Oh, you was in the mix.
I was in the mix, and then, like as I saw him, like like draw it and shoot. I'm like, bro, like this is like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. But, like after everything. Like the police were there, everyone's talking, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm freaking out. Like, bro, did y'all not just see that? Like a person just got shot, blah, blah, blah. This person, which I'll tell you off camera, they were like, bro, that's normal. Like,
bro, for real though.
That broke my heart. And like, that's when I knew I had to get out. Cause like that, you seeing that, like you seeing a dead person, you shooting somebody, you being around the element, I'm not gonna say that shouldn't be normal, but you have to create a better circumstance than where you're at. But it's literally just getting challenged. Like you having friends, you do, and I really want to respect that. I want to shout out your people, D-Watt, what's the tall? I don't know.
D-Watt, Truey, Zagato.
Yes, all y'all.
Like
you guys literally are different, but you guys aren't what you used to be. So I just want to say, as advice, let it go, bro.
See, and this is where we got to go into it more, because it's like I have to an extent. It's actually a broader thing than just Springfield. It's less about Springfield and it's more just about
people?
The hood in general.
Okay.
You got I was talking to this white girl, bro, and at first thing I asked her, I'm like, because you gotta put yourself in my shoes a bit. At first thing I asked her, I'm like, have you ever dated a black guy? And she like, yeah, he was a cyclist. I said, I'm not your type of black guy. I don't know no nigga who ride bikes for a living. Like, there's two different type of black guys. And I'm not saying either one is right or wrong. If you was to ask me when I was 17, I would say one was right or wrong. But now I'm like, hey, I get it. But there's still these two different realities of cultures. And it's like, there's a huge sense of understanding. Although that culture isn't the best, it's not right. But there's a huge sense of understanding I have for it. When
you just leave it at understanding, though. You don't have to adjust to it. That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying.
Keep going.
I get what you're saying, but it's easier said than done when you got peoples there. Like, nigga, when I was living 150 North 3rd Street, nigga, this is real shit, though.
I get what you're saying,
bro. When I'm living 150, I'm not on no gangster shit, bro.
I'm not saying you are. That's
the thing. But, bro, I'm living in 150 North 3rd Street, Columbus, Ohio. Not no more. But you know how many times my mom called me with another shootout on the block? I had to jump down on the ground. Nigga, I be watching my mom battle like PTSD and shit now. Like, nigga, that shit fuck with me for real. Just off of shit going on in the neighborhood. But, nigga, am I having the capital to just up and move my mom out the hood? No. And she not the only person that I have deep ties with like that, to where you would see how it's not something I could just up and goes. And it's so part of what shaped my character. Yeah. And there is certain, believe it or not, character traits that being in that type of environment gave me that suits me well in this other type of environment, or these more, let's just say, sophisticated environments, to where there's also a part of me that, I hate to say it, but there is part of me that wears it as a badge of honor, because it taught me this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But I'm not saying that I'm out here like rapping the hood. Even you listen to my music, I'm not out here on some straight hood shit. But I also can't sit here and act like I'm saying that because I've tried it. Like, even when you look at Rockstar Tony, when I dropped my song Celebrities, like, I was that was when I was first moving to Columbus, staying downtown. I'm going to Short North every week. Like, I'm kicking around the college kids, Old State kids, not to like put race into it, but a lot of white kids, my Indian homie Dex, shout out my boy Dex, shout out my boy Austin. Like, I'm kicking around that crowd and just yelling. I'm on this real pop type of vibe for a while. And then I got to a point where I just remember I was dealing with this chick, and I'm just telling stories or something.
Go ahead.
But
we still gotta get your questions. But go ahead, bro.
I was dealing with this chick, and it was a white girl actually. And I remember after we were done, I just hit a sense of like, like one thing one of my mentors used to say to me is, people tend to revert back to their roots. No matter how much self-development they do, they tend to revert back to their roots. although not saying that they'll do the worst things of the roots, they may have worked on certain things, but
just the habits in general.
Well,
oh, I'm sorry.
Just that's a good question. I wouldn't say necessarily the habits, but more of just the way of thinking. And I'm not sure if that's even true. I just want to throw that out there. But I just hit a point where I'm like, bro, me and her was done, and then I was just like, bro, respectfully, just because people are a product of their environment. I'm like, bro, I'm tired of hearing this pop ass music. Respectfully, I'm not trying to be around no more white girls. Respectfully, take me to the hoodest club in Columbus. Like, I'm trying to hear some rah rah rah, shoot 'em up, bang 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 shit with, excuse my language, bitches with weave and twerking and yada yada yada. Just because that was my reality for so many years, and I'm not saying that I'm just stuck there. But it made me realize there's a part of me that's like I can't. I don't want to fully let that, but that could be what you're saying, like fully let that part go. But it's like, bro, I am hip hop. You got to understand. We got to go deeper, bro.
Okay.
Bro, Rockstar Tony, I'm on my Soulja Boy shit now, and it's because it's the truth. Rockstar Tony, like, is hip hop, is R&B. I am culture, like, just what so many things that quote unquote culture is just how I was raised. And I know you're kind of like, whatever, but you got to understand how I was raised, nigga. I'm 3rd grade. I'll never forget all my life, bro. My mom woke me up to school every fucking day to turn my swag on by Soulja Boy. Nigga, do you understand how that shapes my mind? Like, I'm getting out of bed like I gotta turn my fucking swag on. Why? Because I'm coming to school, nigga. I remember, bro, the shit you getting clowned. That's why I'm like, it's funny how hurt people. Nigga, I remember coming to school with some starters on one time. Elementary school, they grilled me so fucking hard, bro. I went to the restroom and took a marker to my shit and blacked it out. Like, I was hurt. Hella situations like that, bro. Like.
But can we agree that even though that stuff made you, it shaped you, great. That's not who you are, though. That's what I'm trying to help you understand. Yes, again, it helped you, it shaped you. That's great. And yes, it could be because my mom is also living in Springfield and she's going through her day-to-day stuff, and I get that. Mm-hmm. But as her son, the only thing I can do is be an example. Yes, we are the type of people who have these creative outlets, who can do all this stuff, who are trying to get our moms out of these positions, our families out of these positions. But although they're doing what they're doing, as a son, specifically, I'm just talking about specifically mother to son relationship, all we can do is be an example. One thing I had a conversation with a friend was like, I hate giving advice to people who I know aren't going to use it. Mm-hmm. Because like if they don't see you using the advice that you're giving them, they're just going to be, whatever. So, my mom will give me great advice. I'm like, like, Mom, that's so stupid because like you're not doing it. But if the person I admire is, I'm like, man, you're right. Let me go a different mindset. Right. Mm-hmm. But like to kind of put everything in a full circle is where you come from. That's always going to be there. But there's no reason for you to look back. For what? What you want to do in life is this way. Yeah. Right. So like, and like I used to have a huge vendetta on Springfield because I felt that they never accepted me, which is so stupid because like, why do I want to be accepted in my mind by something that's dumb? You guys aren't the people I necessarily want to be around all the time. I know my creative ability. I know my creative outlet. There's people out there somewhere. My community is out there somewhere. It doesn't have to be here. Yes, you guys helped me. You guys raised me. You guys shaped me. But that's not all who I am. Rockstar Tony, national, global.
I think so too.
So why are we stuck right here? Why are we like, hey, I see you, but like you're stuck in between?
No, I'm not though, and that's why I think we're having a disconnect. Because I'm not.
That's what you just said.
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the part of me that connects to that community will always be there. That's what I'm saying. I'm not necessarily saying that I don't have parts of me that connect to these communities and this community. Right. I see myself as a very global person, a very person who can connect with a lot of audience. Right. But I'm also saying like this crowd here, this hood crowd is also not a crowd that I'm about to shut to simply because it's a crowd that I resonate with as well.
I see what you're saying, and I'm saying that.
And let me say this too, because I like how you was talking about leading by example, and that's part of the reason why I don't just cut off, because there's so many niggas that I grew up with and see the type of time that I'm at now, and they like, you inspire me. I get these messages because they know how we grew up. They be hitting me, yo, bro, you inspire me just how you're moving, to where I know that I inspire those peoples too. Because like I said, this at the end of the day, this is a network of people. But I'm only talking about that because that's the topic that we're on.
No, yeah.
But I inspired them too.
And but I'm saying keep it specifically at inspired. There's nothing else you need to do. Because like for you to have, I'm not even gonna say even open line of communication, because I feel like that needs to be a thing. But just keep it at inspiration. People just need to see what you're doing. Yeah. There's nothing more that you're doing in your current life that people are gonna be like, okay, I should do this as well, or maybe I should get off the chair and do this. Yeah. People just need to see what you're doing, because I agree.
I agree with you.
People hit me up too, like, man, keep doing that because I see what you're doing. It made me blah 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 today. That's all I need. I don't need to be like, hey, bro, let's talk about why your life sucks, and like that's dumb.
Yeah, no,
I'm not saying that you're doing that.
No,
but I'm just saying like for you to keep that open, you have to close it, bro. Because something that I feel like God told me.
Yeah, keep going.
A few weeks ago was like, you're not where you want to be because of you having attachments to females. Like, and that seems kind of weird, but like everyone in life wants a form of love, relationship, marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Everyone wants love in some way. But because I've had multiple partners, I have never been able to make a jump in my career. So I was talking to God. I was like, God, like, man, I want to get married so bad. But he was like, weren't you just thinking about blah, 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 blah a couple seconds ago? I was like, okay, interesting. So then I talked to 4 people, and I was asking them, I was like, hey, like, why did we work out? Like, I know, we just had sex and that's what it was, but like, why did we work out? And those people were being very open and honest about, how all that stuff was. And like me looking at that on a big scale is like, wow, that's why I can't be committed in a relationship, because I'm still thinking about, what is she doing? Let me go check on her page real quick. Let me see if she's still living life. But bro, this is definitely gonna be a 2-part episode. But
guys, you speaking on so much.
Go ahead. And then whatever you're about to say, this has to be a lot, because we still have 5 questions, bro.
Okay, yeah, let's get into these questions after this, because I want to clear some things up.
Go ahead.
One, I want to say I agree with you a lot. Like, I agree with you a lot. I was actually just having that conversation with my video director, because he somewhat has the same thing with people reaching out to people, and he was saying the same thing to me. Like, you just got to keep leading by example, but it doesn't mean like you got to reach back out. And I also want to make clear too, being that we're on video, like when I'm saying I hit a point where I'm like, yo, take me to the black club, yada yada yada. It's not saying fuck.
You don't have to clear that up, bro.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just being like, I don't want to get to people. It's not saying like fuck these other clubs and shit like that. Because last night I'm at like a fucking dance. I would call it like a dance hall type of club. Like, I'm still a diverse dude.
No, but like, you don't even have to clear that up, because people don't have to like everything you're saying. If that's what you're saying, let that be what you're saying. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
because I don't know how this podcast.
No, it doesn't matter, because like my thing is like even when you were or like when I was talking about how like people thought I was weird for me doing this. It's the same thing. Who cares?
Right.
It's you. It's what you're doing. They don't have to be like, oh, that's a good point. Wait a second. Now go back to what you just talked about, because I don't like to. You don't have to clear nothing up. If people can't receive it, people can't receive it. Yeah. Then open minded.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. Cool. And then on the next thing, when you talk about like walking in, because I get what you're saying, like you have to walk in the exact energy of what you desire, and if what you desire isn't coming, it's because you're not walking in that energy.
Come on, yeah.
And the crazy thing about life is you can be doing something great. That's even like me when it came to boxing. I always say boxing became golden handcuffs for me. If you know what that term means, it's like something you're really, really good at. Like I got really fucking good at boxing. Really good at,
yeah, you are.
But it was really just a hobby, something that was really good for my mental health, like, and still is. It wasn't something that I meant to like really get deep in. And next thing you know, it's like I'm in these gyms with these guys that's ranked in the nation, and it's like, oh shit, like I'm taking this shit for real. But then I'm still coming home like, yeah, but I'm a music artist. And I had to start being real with myself. I'm like, bro, like you're not moving like a musician. So I had to construct a lot of things, which is just to say, to go on your topic, is sometimes even something good can be distracting you from what you truly desire. It's interesting.
Oh, that's deep too. All right, we got to move on. I'm sorry. But goodness. Wow, what a beginning of the episode, bro. Okay, so I know this is not the usual format, but that's okay. This is beautiful, bro. For people who don't usually get tuned in into the episodes, we do 6 questions. The interviewee has no idea what they are, but today I only have 5. But I'm actually kind of glad I have 5 because all the stuff that he wants to talk about are great topics. But are you ready for question number 1?
Yeah, I'm ready, guys.
All right. So knowing you from high school.
Yeah.
Goofy, funny, popular, jerk, whatever you want to put into that. What made you want to change your character? Like one point in time, like, was there something that you went through, something that happened, something that whatever that was like, you know what? I don't like this version of myself. Let me change it to be who you are today.
Well, yeah. But when you say change your character, are you saying like from high school to now?
From immaturity to maturity.
Shit.
It doesn't have to be a specific moment, but I'm saying like you can give events that led up to where you are today, if that makes sense, if that helps you.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things, man. It's definitely a lot of things. I say I gotta go down like a rabbit hole of what happened. I would say like I always treated high school like the music industry. Or just like Hollywood, I should say, because I grew up in like a very, very, matter of fact, nigga, I want to tap on my arm right here, Hollywood Jr., because that was my pop's nickname. And he has an amazing story too. But let me say, I went into high school. My whole goal with high school was to be the most popular nigga in the school, to where that was a two-edged sword, because it gave me the self-confidence at the end of knowing I accomplished my goal. But then it was also like a lot of other shit that I could have poured into that I didn't pour into. Like even like my fucking GPA was like maybe like a 2.6, but I could have easily been
honors or academic, whatever. Yeah,
easily. Yeah. If I gave that more water as in focus. But to stick on the question, so boom, I remember freshman year, nerdy guy with I wouldn't say nerdy, but I had this big fro. And big Norbit looking fro, and then I first start like getting my little clout or whatever off of like being funny on Twitter, and I would do like rap battles at the track meets. Even when you came, so people start to like fuck with me off of that. So sophomore year, it's like a little bit of building my little high school name and shit, and then I would say then junior year is when I first started like going to parties outside the city. And they was like really fucking with me because I was a dancer. And then I was popular and stuff, so I started being a party promoter. And so I would promote their parties, yada, 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 promote parties. And I used to be so happy because we was getting it free and all type of shit like that. But then I started to like study hopefully I'm on topic of the question, because that's what, it's a hard question to answer, because it's like, I don't feel like, well, I've changed, but I've more just developed.
Yeah. So it changed. You don't have to focus on change. It's just basically how you were from then to now. How do you feel like you evolved? Is that a better way to ask it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you can answer that one too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, boom. I start to study the way the business works, and I got to realize, okay, I can do this myself. And I remember I threw my first party with Polo in China, actually at the Ludlow, and we did that, and it was great. And then I just decided to keep doing it.
Well, I do want to challenge you though. You don't feel like you changed your character at all? You feel like you just
evolved? I do think it's changed. I do think it changed a lot, but
you again, because I know every question is a rabbit hole. So I'm saying like, if the way you're answering right now is how you're comfortable with it, you can just stick on that, so you're not losing like your focus and all. Not losing focus, but like losing your train of thought.
Definitely.
Okay. Definitely. For sure. Go ahead.
So boom, because all these things, it's weird how things kind of tie around, bro.
Right. Yeah.
Because so I start throwing parties. I'm throwing parties, and then this is when I would say like I somewhat started to, I don't want to say lose myself, but I start to get like overdosed on city clout.
Dopamine?
Yeah, cause I was like Springfield head. Like when I say Springfield head, bro, this is clickbait. Bro, me, Tez, and Zay got him. When I first graduated high school, we went to Atlanta to go to Ruby Rose's party, bro. And I remember she was standing right in front of us, a couple of them. And bro, all I could say to the homies, bro, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get back to the field. That was where I was mentally. I didn't give a fuck about a Ruby Rose. I didn't care about none of that. That's really where I was mentally, because I was just overdosed on like Springfield fucking Hall of Fame. So, but I was also drinking a lot at that time. I remember me and my mom was like clashing and stuff because she used to tell me I'm drinking too much, and I didn't think I was. I was just like thinking I'm this party host. But a lot comes with the nightlife. So then that same summer, I threw a Stop the Violence boxing event in Springfield. Excuse me. I threw a Stop the Violence boxing event in Springfield. And I met my guy G. That's like a brother to me now. And because he was the only person there who actually knew how to box. But he actually just moved to Springfield from Cleveland. And he got invited there from something, I forget. But he was just spectating. And then he ended up hopping in the ring with somebody. And we seen like he had way too much skill, so we stopped it. But then after, I'm like, yo, can you teach me how to box? And that's where I got introduced to boxing.
So do you feel like, not necessarily from that point, but like from... Because boxing is a big part of your life now, but like because boxing is such a mental focus, like you have to be sharp, you have to be understanding both sides. It's like chess, like you have to move, you have to blah blah blah. Like, do you feel like that kind of catapulted you to okay, now that I know I can be disciplined, now I can surround myself with stuff that is also other disciplines, which is where you are today?
Yes, but it didn't happen just like that. No, yeah,
that. I know. I'm just saying like as a general.
In a general statement, yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually crazy because like I remember, just to kind of make it quicker, but we ended up meeting up at Davie Moore Park to learn the boxing basics. He was teaching me the basics. And I swear to God, my mindset at this time, bro, was I just want to have the most work in the hood. That was my mindset. That was the only reason I wanted to learn the box. So boom, I was learning the box, and that lasted from about a couple months, and then I went off to college, and I was like throwing on the gloves with people and shit like that. And then Central State was the fucking hood when I went, bro. Like Detroit, Chicago, niggas on campus getting robbed and shit. Like I swear to God on my life. But so we was throwing on the gloves and shit like that. But then I ended up dropping out of college, and when I dropped out, I ended up hitting up G like, yo, let's get back into it. So I was boxing again, and that was when I first started going to like gyms and stuff like that. I'm still about 18 at this time. And then we fell off of it, and I forget why. I think because he moved to Columbus or something, to where, what age was I about this time? Man, I was about 19, and this is a really dangerous like time of my life. Is what's crazy, because I was like so like deep, like flirting with the streets at this time, like wanting to like really get into like selling hard ass drugs and shit, because I just remember being at like Gramps' crib, and Gramps' crib used to slap like shit. Ass Polo, like nigga, this shit used to be knocking. And then to where that was right next door to me. Gramps lived right next door to me. Rest in peace to Gramps. Like that was my guy, man. But I'm gonna tie all this together. So so boom, man, this shit is such a story. And then it's some shit that I don't even be wanting. And I started hanging out with my sister a lot. Down the line, I started hanging out with my big sister a lot. Gosh, it's a lot. And then I remember that's when I also start getting back in touch with my father. It's like deep shit, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm just here to listen. If you want to move on, if you want to stop, because like I know that everyone has a story, and like that's something we were talking about off camera too. But like I don't want to be like, hey, okay, like let's go to the next question. If you feel like you have something to say, I'm going to sit here and listen. The only reason why I'm here is obviously to ask questions, because I admire you with all that stuff, but I just want to just listen, because 8 years is a long time not knowing somebody.
Right, man.
So it's like I'm okay with however long this is, because we can talk about how we want to break it up, how we want to whatever. It's whatever you want to do.
Okay, cool. So let me go.
But I will say, because it is I do have to leave by at least 5.
Okay, that's time. That's.
Is that okay?
Well, when you say leave by 5, do we mean like wrap it up by 5, or like wrap it up by like 4:40?
Wrap it up at 5.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so boom. One thing I wanted to add too. That summer was the summer I dropped Macaroni, and I also started dropping like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and those records were doing like somewhat well in the field. Like Macaroni, man, that's like a Springfield hit, like, right? So, so I was also doing music, yada yada yada. But then, okay, so boom, I dropped out of college, and I was like really at a stage of like flirting with the streets and shit, like selling little bags and shit here and there, and then like just flirting with the whole idea, like getting really deep in the streets because it was around me. And then it was a point in time me and my big sister was like really close, hanging out and shit. And then I like got like back in touch with my pops because my pops came over to my sister's house. But my pops has always been like a Rolling Stone in my life. You know what I mean? Like a here today, gone tomorrow type shit. To where I remember I was like really drunk that night, and he had recorded something. And I always heard the stories about my father. Like people always tell me like Hollywood was that nigga, like he could rap. Da, da, da. My pops had a record deal with Capitol Records. A lot of people don't know that. Like he was doing his thing back in the day. He has a story of his own though. But it was my first time like hearing him spit, and they recorded it, and I still remember it. I don't want to rap it right now, but cause I want to, cause Brody went crazy, bro. So boom.
Oh my gosh. Yep, keep going.
Yeah. Let me know if I'm talking too much, bro.
Bruh, you let me know when you're done. I'm just making sure that you're getting everything that you want off, and then I'll just keep going.
Okay. So
because I know with the other questions I have, you're also gonna have either stories or like stuff like that. So I just want to make sure if you're on a train of thought, I'm not trying to break it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. See, I don't want to make this too long. So boom. Long story short, man, I'm gonna just make the long story short because this is a lot for real.
Yeah.
But long story short, bro. So boom, went to doing music for years, yada yada. I mean, getting back doing music. I got really back into doing music during like my Born Superstar phase when I dropped the Roll and all that. I was really going hard on my music timing, and then COVID-19 hit, and I went through like a depression because I had so much time to myself, and that was when I went sober. I actually quit making music. Like I was going hard at that time, but I quit dropping music. That was when I got into day trading. My boy Tilo called me because he was in like IML. I was smarter than that shit. I wasn't going. I YouTubed that shit like, what is this? And I seen like, okay, yada yada. So that led me down day trading. And day trading, yeah, this is where it ties together. See, you gonna have to chop this a lot, bro. But this is where it ties together. Day trading was such a like mental sport that it got me back into working out. Like I needed to just do something. To where I started going to like jog around the baseball field. And then as I started jogging around the baseball field, I remember like, oh shit, I can box. I forgot I was a boxer. Then I started going up to like Springfield's Health and Fitness, getting back into boxing. Boom, boom. And that's as I'm getting on this day trading journey. And the whole day trading just introduced me to like the whole financial world and all those things like that. Like that really fucked me up for real when I would see like, oh, niggas is like I used to think only way a nigga could really make some money was being a dope boy, a scammer, or an athlete, or a rapper. Musician, yeah, that was the only thing I thought. So I'm like, wow, like these stock guys are like really fucking making good ass money doing this shit. And then that led me to like seeing about like e-com and all that whole world of just things you can do that's legal. So all that opened my mind. I'm like, okay, I want to leave this city. Like, I don't belong here no more. And there's still, and that was one of the best decisions I made was leaving. I ended up fucking signing a lease, getting up out the field. And there's a lot of boxing gyms in Columbus to where I started hitting a lot of boxing gyms. And I would say I'm kind of everywhere with this question, but
yeah, it's all good though. It's all good.
But trading and boxing went hand to hand when it came to discipline. And it's so weird because on the track team, like, I was a piece of shit, bro. Like, I even seen Coach Davis at Planet Fitness not too long ago. And I wanted to, like, apologize to him. Like, I was mad that, because, bro, I got kicked off the team senior year because I, like, called him, like, a bitch-ass nigga and all type of shit. Got kicked off the team, bro. But it's just, I didn't understand, like, criticism and stuff like that, bro. Like, boxing Man, coach used to make us run 1 mile, and I would get the bitch, and I wouldn't even finish, bro.
We used to always start with 1 mile, and then we would go. We'll go down. We'll start a mile, go to 8, and then go to 4, and then go to 2.
I remember I would bitch on the mile and shit, but now, like boxing, I'll go run 4 or 5 miles, and it's weird though, because I still hear Coach Davis in my workouts today, but I didn't hear him back then, to where it taught me something about life too. Like now, I may give somebody advice and know like this may not hit for years later, because I understand that's what happened to me. So boom, to make it quicker. So then, I just started, boxing taught me discipline. Boxing taught me how to get punched and get back up. And then trading taught me emotional control. Like, fuck, you got to have emotional control. And then just getting back to what I originally wanted to do, taking these things back into music. That's how I would say I'm here today. That's what brings me here today. My fault for making that so long, man.
No, it's all good. I do want to say one thing, though. We're going to end this first episode with Tony. Just to kind of break it up. So we're gonna do this first part, and then it's gonna transition to the second part.
Okay.
We will see you guys in part 2.
Yeah.
Seeing how we come from, and I think you kind of already answered this, but I just broaden.
Yeah.
Seeing where we come from. why is the mentality more about survival than living?